Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. We just pulled into Goose Island State Park. There's been a little bit of delay when you come here just to check in. There's something going on with their printer, and I don't know if it's the physical printer here or part of the online issue that they've been having, but we're in. You used to be able to just pull up and they would have it printed out and on a board, and I guess they're doing everything by hand now. They have to look up the online entry and copy it on a piece of paper. So you don't get a printout anymore, you get a handwritten slip. I don't think we can blame that on budget cuts. Freaking Obama. It's got to be Obama's fault. This is the daily use area, and there's 2 cars parked here, but I don't see anyone using it daily. Next weekend, I saw online here, they're having a fish with the ranger program, where you can pair up with a park ranger and go fishing. And if you're in a Texas state park, you do not need to have a fishing license. So in the case here, you can go saltwater fishing, and they even have a limited amount of fishing gear you can use. So if you need to get equipment, I recommend you getting up there early so you can kind of see what they have. You might need to go buy a few things to fill your needs in, but I think that's a pretty neat offer. You can fish here for free, and if it's just something you want to try out, you can well, there's your postcard. And there's your dumpster. You can try out the fishing. It is really neat when the fishermen are here cleaning their catch, and it's the time of year when all the pelicans are here. Not a whole lot of birds out today. And I haven't spotted any deer yet today. Seems like it's always hit or miss, you know. I think the last time we were out here, there was just deer everywhere. Caution, alligators. Do not feed or approach. There's a lot of gator ponds around here, but with the drought going years and years, some of them have dried up, and the alligators will get in the salt water. They even had a manatee spotting over at the ferry boat landing a couple weeks ago. And they've had them over here in Holiday Beach as well last year. And Holiday Beach is straight ahead Copano Bay, and it kind of goes around to the right. And that's kind of where the manatees were spotted in this area. A manatee, one. But they're in fresh water, right? When they're in Florida. So I just saw some clips where they were they like to winter where there's a warm spring coming up. I mean, it's at least brackish water. So it makes me wonder, because they're a mammal, it makes me wonder how they get fresh water to drink when they're out in the salt water. There's a little view for you. There's a little view for you. That's the one I would try to get, the one on the end, so at least least you go one side without some neighbors. Yeah, I would say they definitely worked on these spots to try to get more of a flat spot where you can put your trailer. I remember Troy and Angela from Adventure America stayed out here last year, and they had mentioned that that one towards the end down there was one of the few level spots along the bay here. So that must be pretty nice. You wake up and you got the water right there. What do we got, kids? 84 degrees. I guess our cool front's over. It's October and it's 84, but at least we're not getting up into the 90s like we were a month or so ago. Let's cut down here and check out the other side. I'm going to make a little trip, but it's 90 minutes away. Day trip, that would be 3 hours in the truck just to get there, you know, combined driving. And I don't know if my legs are ready for that with the swelling. So it is something to consider, but I might wait until next week. If they wrap my legs again, I would feel much more confident in a longer trip like that if my legs were wrapped. We'll see. It's just pretty out, guys. It's just pretty out. The water's not uneven, my truck is. The camera's level. Damn bay's crooked. I saw one fiddler crab crossing the road here probably 3 years ago. So I'm always looking for fiddler crabs when I come through here. We went out and got a close-up of them. Starbucks is open. For those of you that love to complain about Starbucks, I'll give you something to do now. I think we have 3 or 4 coffee shops, but I think Starbucks is the only one with a drive-up, a drive-through, and that is open at night. There's that one, I'm sorry, I forget what it's called. It's right by the junk house that we look at from time to time. And I'm just drawing a blank on the name. This pier is 1,620 feet. Pretty amazing. Yeah, I don't think anyone's on it right now. Oh, I see people, maybe 2 people way out there. That's probably their black truck, and then there's these people right here with their suitcase full of fishing stuff. I finally broke down and got some lures, just so when I want to fish I have it all hooked up. I can just stop and throw some lines, and if they're biting I'll stay. And I've just I fished for about a half hour yesterday, and I got 2 hardheads and a perch. And I was like, Well, better than not catching anything. At least I know there's fish in the ocean, right?
A waitress said to me, "Careful, that plate is hot." I said, "It's okay. I'm not attracted to the plate."
Wow. Doesn't he have another joke where the waitress says, "Be careful, that plate is hot," and he says, "So am I." That's the way it used to be. I like this one better. You ready?
What does a baby computer call its father? Data.
Okay. Guys, I think, yep, we need to retire the dad joke buttons for a couple months. We'll be overrun with buttons. Did you ever see how they have them set up for the dogs? And each button is a word? I'm going to need one of those boards soon and have it on my dashboard by the phone. So that was a part of Goose Island State Park that's along the bay. And they also have this other part that's more like being in the woods, which is kind of neat. There's their civilian conservation corps, CCC building, right here on the right there. They don't really do anything with it. Probably needs work. I wish they had it set up as a historic display place or something you could go in and make use of. It'd be a good little substation within the park. I know some of the bigger parks have that. I know at Palladoro they have a convenience store at the bottom of the canyon and a laser light show and all kinds of stuff going on down the bottom there. Do you guys have a favorite Texas state park? I believe mine is Caprock Canyon. And it's beautiful, but it had the easiest access for me to the bison and the prairie dogs. I mean, there's other wildlife there as well, but I thought that was really neat. Well, how do we want to do this today, kids? Let's go this way. This is the primitive camping area, right across from the second dump station. Past the other one, going into the bay area for camping. And those gazebos along the bay there have water and electric. This is usually where the park hosts are, and I don't see any right now. There's sites down there. We can, we'll make a loop. I kind of like going down to the little circle street. Well, there's someone primitive camping, all set up. I think at night it's cooling down to like 78 degrees, which is not bad, but there's still high humidity. I like this little primitive camping circle area. Narrow roadway. So far, no gators, no deer. See some mushrooms on the right. Basic fire pits. Wonder how the mosquitoes are over here. Probably hungry. Seems like a nice site. You kind of got an open view of the field area behind you. I've never seen deer over there. Then there's a little bridge area right there. It's part of the walking trail comes through here. Tell you what, I fade so easy now. We're going to go down one major lane and come up the other just to see. Well, here's some people on the outside. Well, they got a little kayak all set up. I watched the channel with a local guy here, and I don't remember his name. Really nice guy, and he spent more time working on his kayak than he did fishing. I think that's part of the fun, isn't it? Making your little modifications. Something I never even thought about. I always just think about where you could go with it and the things you could see. But some people are gadget oriented, where well, you know what, I'd go up here. Sometimes it's hard to tell the roads from the camping site, but fortunately this one has a little fork on the end. What did Yogi Berra say? When you come to the fork in the road, take it. To the right, the little bird viewing area that's really good in the spring, but I guess we got to get through the fall and the winter to get there. It's pretty amazing to me that all these spots are empty. Yeah, the whole street is empty. I was at Possum Kingdom State Park. There was a little bit crowded by the border, and I took this site that was like 2 loops, empty loops with no people, and then I parked at the end of it right on the water. And then that night I had my my Bigfoot experience. So I do have I believe 2 videos where I talk about my possible Bigfoot experience. I did not see Bigfoot, guys, but if Bigfoot exists, I think I met Bigfoot. Bigfoot saw me. I did not see Bigfoot. But I do wear a size 15 sneaker. So maybe I saw the prints and confused myself. I don't believe in Bigfoot, but I do not believe in Bigfoot. I believe there's a possibility. I believe 99% of what they report as Bigfoot, make it 99.99%, is made up. So if there was any real Bigfoot stuff out there, you probably wouldn't believe it anyway. I even found a Bigfoot sighting report over at the National Wildlife Refuge. Didn't know I'd be talking about Bigfoot today. Hey guys, we're going to head out by the exit here. We're going to tire, the dad joke buttons, I'm just going to put them in the glove compartment. Give them a little break, let them reset. I'll have to look online, see if there's different versions. But then again, I don't want to have 30 different buttons in my truck. I don't want my tombstone to say he watched a lot of live streams and collected joke buttons. Of course, one button will always stay. Here's the ranger station. Thank you, Goose Island. We'll see you next month. Thanks for riding along today, guys. Thanks for watching.